Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy, and we are doing the Daily Vibration for April 26, 2021. Now, keep in mind, if you do not click on this episode in the podcast or on the video, on YouTube or any other platforms, it does not matter, my love, because energy is fluid, which means whenever you click on the video or the episode, if the message resonates, you want to take what you need and leave what you do not. Okay, now let's see. It is currently Monday, Moon Day. Remember, okay, Mondays is governed by the energy of the moon. So whether the moon is a planet, a hollow ball, or rock, star dust, or a big, gigantic, cold, ice glass rock of plasma, whatever it is, we do know that that particular energy body governs the electrical magnetic pull on this planet, aka it also governs your emotions. Okay, so we got the moon in Scorpio today. And not only is the moon in Scorpio today, it's a full moon in Scorpio. Okay, so my question to you today, as we are day number 29 on our level up journey, and we got 71 more days left, y'all. Okay, the question today is, are you moving in consciousness? Are you moving in consciousness? And if you are, what does that mean to you? And if you're not, or if you think you're not, right, what does consciousness means to you? Do you know what it means to move in consciousness? Let's think about this, right? To be conscious is to be aware that there is a higher part of you. There is a part of you that is not just your body. To be conscious knows that you are of something greater and you are connected to all things. To be conscious is really to be awakened and aware, right? That what you think and what you feel create your environment. It creates your environment. To be conscious is to understand that there is a greater reservoir of source, of love, of power that dwells within you. To be woke on some levels to some people being different things, right? Consciousness is simply you becoming aware that you are not just your body, and that your thoughts, once again, and your emotions gives you the power not just to heal yourself, but also to create a place within yourself where you don't have to be oppressed or stuck anymore, right? To be conscious is also to be aware that everything is connected, from nature, to animals, to your neighbor. Everything is interconnected, although on the biggest scale of things, you may not be able to recognize and see that, right? So there's never a wasted or lost experience, just so you know. Everything can hold a meaning, right? I have a joke with Kelly all the time where, she'll say, when we get into these deep conversations where sometimes, the lines may be very thin between, the human thinking and the spiritual thinking, I want to say, or, the emotional thinking and then rising above the thinking, and everything is not so esoteric is one of the things that we all say when you operating a lot more in your, your logical end, your human end, and not so much, in your spiritual end is a lot more emotions operating, when everything is not so esoteric, because you can get caught up in your feelings and you can get away from understanding that you are a conscious being, right? So today we have the full moon in Scorpio. So we are talking about intense energy, intense emotions, okay? This can give you an opportunity to transform a lot of deep-rooted feelings, a lot of deep-rooted emotions, okay? For some people, if this energy is not balanced and immature, you can also find some people being very spiteful and vindictive within this energy, because we also have the cluster of twos in the day, right? So today is April 26th. We got the 4th month in the Gregorian calendar. So we know that there's something going to be happening on the physical plane with the number 4. There has to be some type of movement, maybe being practical, organizing things, right? Number 4 also gives you an opportunity for self-mastery, which means that you simply may need to discipline yourself in your thinking right? Or in your emotions, or maybe in your habits on the physical realm, okay? There was going to be some type of doing required, all right? Now, when we get into the 26th day, we have the number 2 showing up, okay? Number 2, gateway to your intuition. So opportunity to trust your intuition today is going to be key. It's going to be key, right? Especially within this intense emotional energy with the moon going into Scorpio, okay? And if I'm not mistaken, it goes into Scorpio depending on where you are. I know here where I am, it goes into Scorpio at about 12 this afternoon. Right? But if you're an empath, you can definitely start to feel that energy coming on in, okay? So, you definitely have the 222 showing up, and it's asking you to be mindful, my loves, okay, of the hypersensitive energy in the atmosphere, especially when it comes to your emotions. Some of you may feel things rising up from the past that you may have to deal with, okay? This energy can bring in energy where you can heal deep-rooted emotional wounds. Within this full moon energy, it can help you to, I want to say, release things, but it can also help you to embrace and celebrate all of the hard work that you've put in from since the new moon, okay? New moon energy that we had a couple of weeks ago, okay? Be mindful, however, all right, as you're moving throughout the day, because we do have the number 6 showing up in the day. The number 6 is really where you can begin to tap into your creativity as an individual, as a unique being on this planet. You can begin to tap into your creativity. But if you are not careful, you can also destroy things within this energy of the number 6, okay? The number 6 really is an energy that can bring in balance. So it requires harmony. But the harmony that you seek is not a harmony outside of yourself. The harmony that you seek and the balance that you seek is really an internal harmony and an internal balance, right? Because you're operating in consciousness today. You're moving in consciousness today, right? Understanding how your higher self talks to you, how your higher self works, it's going to be key as you're moving throughout this transformation process, right? Now, as you move throughout this transformation process, sometimes it can feel like you don't quite get it, or you don't quite understand the message, or you don't quite, know if you're doing the right thing, or if you're in the right steps. That is okay. Everybody has to go through that at a certain, space and point as they are evolving, especially when you first start out on your spiritual journey. But the more you learn to trust yourself, right, the more you begin to build confidence and that inner knowing. But you've got to start somewhere. So moving in consciousness means first checking in with yourself today. How do you feel? Remember, hypersensitive energy. So if you're an empath, it should not take you a really long time to tap into how you feel. I feel frustrated. I feel angry. I feel happy. I feel beautiful. I feel warm. I feel like a bright sunny day. I feel like I want to get dressed up. How do you feel? A lot of us move throughout the day and we don't ask ourselves that question. You just allow the emotions and the waves to come in, and you don't stop to check in to ask yourself, how do you feel? And then once you get to how do you feel, you then want to ask yourself why. If it's something that's heavy, it is okay to ask yourself why. Why do I feel this way? Especially if you are an empath, because you are able to pick up on other people's emotions, other people's vibrations, and other people's signature patterns. Okay? So which means if you leave your house and you are blissfully happy, right? And you are walking down the street and you meet a friend and you stop to have a 10-minute conversation, and then now you're walking along your way and your whole vibe just changed. Hell yes. Stop and check in to see how you feel. And then ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Especially within this energy, because we're in full moon energy and we're in Scorpio. The energy of Scorpio can bring in deep revelation. Man, you can get some deep understanding and some deep awakening about some things that's going on that you may not have had insight on maybe a week ago. This is why you're going to move in consciousness today. This is why you're going to check in today. And with the triple twos that's showing up within the day, that's asking you to really use the hypersensitive energy to work with you. Energy is about balancing, right? So you are the individual that gets to label good, bad, or indifferent. Or you can label everything as working out for my good, and everything that comes to me can work for for my growth. We don't have to sit back and constantly live in a woe is me, and and nothing ever goes my way, and okay, I'm gonna take this personally because they did that, and and they said that. If you were going to constantly be living in the world with what people thinks about you, people's opinions becomes more important than your opinion of yourself, then you will have a problem in your life. You will. I feel like I'm a little bit passionate today. My sun is in Scorpio, y'all. So this moon going on in Scorpio is bringing out a little passion and a little intenseness in this message today. But seriously, y'all, think about that. You got the 6 in the date letting you know that you have the power to create and destroy. When you add the 6 and the 2 together from the date, you get the number 8. That's the wisdom, soul plane energy. Infinity. Research what infinity means. There is a reason why the number 8 shows up as an infinity symbol. Okay. Utilize your wisdom today. Stop and think and check in with yourself before you react to something, and then you got to go back and make apologies. Don't react. Stop, check in so you can respond. That's what you got to do today. Okay, y'all. Wrapping up with the number 5. This is the one consistent thing that we've been talking about since we hit the year. 2021 is the number 5. And we've been talking about the number 5 operating from the plane of the soul, right? So we're talking about spiritual energy here. Number 5 also kind of represents the heart chakra energy when you're dealing with it from a numerical, level. And when you look at where it's placed, even within the chart, the birth chart of the day, you can see that 5, is dead smack surrounded by all of the other numbers, like it's in the center. The one thing that's promised to you as you move throughout your experiences is change. Number 5 embodies change. And if you are vibrating within love from the heart space, from the heart chakra, yes, you will experience change. But you will allow that change to work for you and not against you, right? Because you understand that everything changes, everything expands, right? And then it retracts, expands and retracts. It's like breathing, my love. So if you can think about you taking a breath and your chest expanding and then retracting, it is the same way that the universe works, my loves. And that's the change. That's love. Love is accepting that you are perfect even in your imperfection. Love is saying you don't have to be like me, but you get the freedom to be who you are. Love is telling you, okay, if you want to go ahead, baby, and have that experience and live your life the way you want it to, even if I think that it's not, the most comfortable way to live. How can you fight somebody to love themselves when you're not loving yourself? How do you do that? How do you get angry at somebody for not loving themselves when you don't love yourself? How do you judge somebody for not loving themselves when you don't love yourself? So no matter how you look at this situation, who gives anyone the right to judge anyone? Well, really, you should be paying attention to what you got going on within self. The minute you take your focus away from what everybody else is doing or everybody else is not doing, what everybody else said, what everybody else didn't say, what everybody else feels, what everybody else doesn't feel, and you begin to tap into what you feel and what you don't feel, baby, it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. I often get told sometimes that I live in my own bubble, you know, and I kind of do. I create my own reality. See, so when I see something going on within my experience or within my inner being that doesn't make me feel comfortable, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm human. I think I called somebody 50-something bitches the other day. I did. Kelly had to say, well, can we pause and think about integrity here? You know, I didn't call them 50-something bitches to their face, y'all. I was venting, you know. Then I had to circle back and check myself. Why is this person 50-something bitches? Like, seriously. Only to find out I wasn't even angry at this person. They just happened to be in the, you know, the proximity of the person that I was actually angry with. Then when I went deeper, like, I could be angry at this person, but really this person was just being. This person was literally just being who they are. And I chose to take it personally in that moment. Did I need to say something to this person? Hell yeah, I did. I needed to say something to this person. I did. But my approach in which I approached the situation did not have to be one where, you know, an innocent, well, maybe not an innocent stand-byer, you know, but a person that really did not need to be called 50-something bitches just got really, you know, ricocheted energy because I was upset. And thank heavens I did not respond with all of that anger. Or, well, really, thank heavens I didn't react with all of that anger. With all of that frustration. Just sitting and unpacking it, you know. And talking about it and getting into it and seeing really what the problem was within me. By the time I circled around to speak to the person, I said what I had to say. It may have been a little bit assertive, you know, borderline aggressive, just depending on who you're talking to, okay? But I knew I had to bring it with force. But I removed my emotional junk, my emotional baggage. I detached myself, right, from taking it personal and from judging. So when I did circle back to have that conversation, now we standing on truth here. We standing on facts. Now we going to use the example of this situation to resolve this situation. I don't got to go back in the past and talk about what you did, what you didn't do. I don't have to do any of that. Let's talk about right here, right now, and how this could have unfolded differently, okay, in a different way if X, Y, Z and X, Y, Z. I didn't have to go into this is something that you do all the time. I don't have to remind people of who they are. Well, sometimes you do. But for the most part, you don't have to remind people of who they are. Because some people don't even take note of who they are. So that can just be a waste of your time and a waste of your energy. Move in consciousness today. You need to be someplace on time. Why are you going to ask a friend that's never on time to take you? That's insanity. Then you're going to get mad at the friend for not showing up on time. Well, you know your friend ain't never on time. Okay. Be open today for the transformation that can come in. Scorpio's energy brings in transformation. It's in, you know, intense energy in the atmosphere today with the cluster of twos, with the hypersensitive energy. You have the power to create or destroy all day, every day. There's codes every day. Even if I don't break down the number 6 on any given day, you can walk out and you can see the number 6 vibration all over you. You can see it on the street sign. You can see it on the license plate. Right? So you know when that shows up in your experience, it's asking you, what are you creating and what are you destroying? Number 6 brings in balance and harmony. It can bring in beauty. But it can also bring in destruction if you're not balancing yourself properly. this intense energy that we have within this full moon today. Move in consciousness. Don't allow your emotions to overtake you. Okay? Y'all know the deal. Do something kind for yourself. Love yourself. Do not be afraid of the dark, because out of darkness comes enlightenment. Okay? You got the power. You got the power within you to be. You got the power within you to love. You got the power within you to step into your confidence. You got the power. Okay? Remember that. I will see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. Don't forget, okay, we are at day number 29 in our level up journey, my loves. We got 71 more days left to go, all right? We got the sun in Taurus, all right? The moon is in Scorpio, full moon energy popping off today, okay? Keep in mind to do something kind for yourself today. Love yourself, honor yourself, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, my loves.